land it.
Interesting. And the ones that are not able to be hacked,
Yeah,
then the next step comes to attack,
exactly.
which is what?
There's different schools of thought here, but what we use at Indrajaal is navigational spoofing and jamming, right? So that way, as a second layer of defense, we are able to cut its ability to know its own location, right? And once it doesn't know its own location, then its navigational capability stops, so it stalls, right? That is one way. The second way is spoof means that you are actually giving it fake data of its own location, right? So the navigational data it's getting from satellites, you're faking that and giving it the wrong location, so then you can control the drone.
So how is it different from the cyber takeover? Like in the cyber takeover, also you're essentially getting it to your location where you want it to land.
Yeah.
In the spoofing, also you're basically giving it a fake location where you want it to go.
We want it to go, but the difference is that in cyber takeover, I am hacking the computer and taking it over, let's say, right? In spoofing, I am just giving the computer wrong environment, right? So I'm controlling the environment, not really the drone, right? Cyber takeover, I'm controlling the drone. Here I'm controlling the environment so that the
So
drone
let's say in
looks like-
cyber takeover, if the drone is carrying a weapon, you can actually deactivate that weapon. In spoofing, you can't do that.
Yeah.
That's the difference, if I say.
yeah. Once I take over the drone, I can do anything with
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
But
You can even send it back to the base location where it was supposed to come from.
Yeah.
And maybe activate that weapon over there.
yeah, and to another level, we can also see where the controller is. So we know
From where the communication is happening.
who is flying it, where they're flying it from. So we'll know the location. So in cyber takeover, once you hack it, you can actually send a recovery team to the location of where the controller is, so that we catch the culprit, right?
If it is within the border.
Yeah, if it is in the, of course. Yeah. I mean, you'd be shocked at how many are within the border. There are a lot within the border that are happening, right?
Okay, so now the next step is spoofing and navigation control.
Yeah.
What is the next part?
So you'll do navigational jamming and spoofing. Then third part is you would use radio frequency jamming to jam the ground station, right? So that is like, but again, the challenge there is that new generation of drones are able to, if I jam up 2.4 gigahertz, it'll jump to, it has hops. So communication is hopping 50 times, 100 times. Right?
It is switching itself.
It's switching itself. So very fast, and it's switching it extremely fast, right?
Oh, so you're basically jamming the entire frequency band.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to jam the entire frequency band, and it has, some drones have the capability of switching a frequency band. So if you're jamming, let's say 600 to 2.4. No, I'm literally everything from 600 to 2.4. If you're jamming, there is also 5.8 and 5.4, right? And the entire range in between. So I think earlier there was these communication devices were never manufactured as much. But now it's becoming a mainstream because of drones, because like we want to attack our enemy as well, right? We ourselves are manufacturing frequency hopping drones, right? So then those drones I mean, jamming to some level works, but there is still a lot of gaps, right? There's a third layer, right? But if it's anybody is using video feeds or first person view drones, as I don't know whether you know that category, there's a first person view. That means that you're seeing it as a first person. So whatever the drone is seeing,
I'm able to see sitting from the place,
from wherever, and I'm controlling it, right? So that way it's not using navigational signals.
Got it.
Right, I don't need
So it's a
GPS.
human control.
It's a human control. So if I jam that, then the human control stops, right? So that's the third layer.
Okay.
Right, and
but that also jams our internal communication also, right?
Yes.
Because we cannot use that band now.
Yes.
So we also have to use something else.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a problem for us as well if you're jamming that.
Yeah. If you're jamming, then it has a even navigational jamming, this jamming, everything. So if you navigationally jam this area, you can't use Swiggy and Uber.
Correct.
So you'll not be able to know your own. Even the phones will not be able to know their own location.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So everything stops.
Right. Yeah. And then what's the next step?
After radio frequency jamming, because now there are some set of drones which use an optic fiber cable, right? So they are using front person view, and they have an optic fiber. They have a 10-kilometer optic fiber.
They have a cable attached to it. Wow.
So there's a 10-kilometer cable that, and that's what was majorly used in Ukraine-Russia conflicts, because once you have a cable, I'm not emitting any frequency.
Correct.
Right? So when I don't emit any frequency, radio jamming or navigation is not going to help. So for these drones, we need to launch an interceptor. Right?
How does that work?
We also launch a drone.
Okay.
Radar can detect it, right? Even though my passive RF systems cannot detect it, but radar can detect it. So radar can detect that, because radar it doesn't care whether you're emitting radio frequency or not, right? Even if it's a bird that's flying in this area, the radar will detect it. So then we have algorithms to understand whether it's a bird or a drone, right, based on its movements. Right?
Oh, okay.
So radar can detect it, but I have to launch a countermeasure, right? I have to launch something, because I cannot do electronic warfare, because these are hard systems, right? There's a wire, and it's using a first person view capability, humanly driven. So then you need to have interceptor. So we also launch a drone which will go and kinetic hit it. So that's the only
direct one-to-one hit.
One-to-one hit. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And when you say soft kill versus hard kill, the soft kill is the first three steps, essentially.
Yes.
Navigation spoofing, cyber takeover, these are all the soft kills. The hard kills are the kinetic kills.
Yeah,
like
kinetic-
you literally attack that particular drone or object.
Yes. So kinetic interceptor is one form of hard kill, right? Then there are various other forms, right?
Which are?
We have laser, which I mean, today the technology is not yet reached a level of maturity, I think, laser. But it might work on larger drones, but for smaller drones, because laser has to, your assumption is that you're putting light at a single point on the drone for more than 8 seconds, which is very tough,
Correct.
fast moving object, right? And of course there's collateral damage. There's so much. If something else comes in the path of the laser, then that also takes a hit,
Right.
There's so many issues with laser, but as a technology, it's evolving, right? They also have HPMs, or high power microwaves weapons. So this is a concentrated electromagnetic pulse, right, which fries the electronics.
Like
of
we
the
see in the
drone.
Marvel movies where they send the pulse to jam the entire electronic of the city.
It'll wipe the
Yeah.
electronics. Yeah.
Okay. What's the range of this pulses?
HPMs, as of today, I think HPMs are sub 1 kilometer.
So
500 to 1 kilometer.
that drone has to be within the 1 kilometer range in order to the EPMs to be effective.
Yeah. So you have to assume that it went past all your electronic warfare measures, right? It also reached a level where it is, it's close range, right?
Yeah, so it's within the area of attack.
Correct.
Assumingly it is going to attack here, let's say.
Yeah.
So we can only map it if it is going to attack here, and then we have a 1 kilometer radius of the HPM to control it.
Yeah, not like that. Even if you want to put it on a border kind of thing, these are all weapons facing out, right? So if I'm not able to mitigate it for 4 kilometers or 3 kilometers out, the second it comes to the 1 kilometer range, you wipe it with hard weapons.
Got it. Interesting. Now tell me, how does the defense, I'll first of all talk about, you mentioned Chinese drones, Turkish drones. Which country has the best drone?
The best is a open statement, right? And I think most of these countries will not reveal what they really have. Just like we don't, right? What's in the public domain is not what they really have, right?